Hi everybody, welcome in. Sorry, hold on. I'm still kind of setting up, but I saw so many people popped in, so I just wanted to boop, to boop, and a boop. There seems pretty good. Hi everybody, or maybe a little higher actually, and a little bit. All right, perfect. But welcome in everybody. I'm Matt. Raffle. Everybody, hi. So I am back from Twitchcon. It was so fun. How's everybody doing? How did you guys enjoy your week without Cell? I assume you missed me horribly. Or not. I don't know. But oh, yes, okay. So you had me the whole time, Viper. We hung out the whole time in San Diego. But for everyone else though. Oh whoa, the Selvion. The Selvion is me. Yes, I am the Selvion. Hi. So how's blah. I'm not good at this. I need to work on it. Because part of me feels like I need to like build this up a little bit before I actually go into, but I don't know how to really do that. So I'm kind of just stalling for a few minutes while everything kind of, but so yeah, TwitchCon just got back. It was so fun. It was my first time ever that Android showed up, right? But yeah, so first and foremost, this was my first flight I ever took anywhere. So if I'm probably should start there with story, or you know what, actually I'll start somewhere a little bit basic and then give people more of a chance to pop in for the real story stuff. But Devilgated, hi. But yeah, apparently the new VR chat update, I'm actually I kind of really don't like it because it like made everything more like the stuff I don't like in like UI wise and like every other like VR chat clone, which is kind of a bummer, but I'll live with it. But hi, so yeah, so first and foremost, this was my first flight ever. If we're gonna start story time wise, so first flight ever, anywhere. I have never been on an airplane ever. And first time it was a bit honestly, I guess I could go back even further a little bit. So hold on. Where's a good place to start? I was really excited for the stream, but I guess I didn't think about it as much as I thought I would. Or as much as I thought I had. But, let's see. Okay, so, okay, so it started off with, like, I think you know what, I'll go back to the plane one. So yeah, I was really worried about how the plane would work because it's not like a bus where if you miss your bus ticket, like if you have like a ticket for a bus, like a Greyhound bus or something, and you miss it, then you can just get the next one if you call them, and it just transfers over like that willy-nilly because there's like always some empty spaces on a bus. But so I knew it was not like that, and if you missed it, you were just out that money. So I was like super worried, and so I was like constantly trying to get like organization for like somebody to drive me to the airport at like 4 or 5 in the morning. And so but my younger brother did, and we're like, we gotta get coffee because he had to go to work afterwards too. So we even tried to like stop and get coffee at our like favorite coffee place, which neither of us knew was open on our way there. Syfy, welcome in. But yeah, we stopped and got coffee, and I was freaking out. I'm like, we're not gonna get there in time. And then I checked my ticket, and it was a whole nother 40 minutes later. And then we got there, and then I ended up having to wait a little while because I didn't really know what was going on. And like, airplanes do not work the way I thought they did. I thought it would be like kind of like a train in a sense, just where you would go, or a train or a bus where you would like go in and you would just like, oh, this is your terminal, and then you go to the terminal and you get on the bus or the train or whatever if it was there. But like apparently they have all these like weird priority systems to like prioritize people who paid more to get on. So that was kind of frustrating. But yeah, so I had so the first thing, so I hopped on this plane, and after waiting a while, and I didn't realize that they have these sections on the plane to get in, and it's like A 1 through 30, A 30 through 60, B 1 through 30, and I thought they were strict, and I had like my number was like 37, C37. It is also a load method. Huh. Okay. Interesting. But yeah, so I go to C37, roughly where it would be in the line, or the lines, when it becomes available for me to line up, and there is nobody gets in front of me, and nobody gets behind me, like, at all. And I was like, oh. And then I get up to the front place with after all of the C1 through 30 peoples showed up, went through, and they're like, oh yeah, you were close enough that you could have just jumped in line anywhere on the C1 through 30, and we wouldn't have cared. And I'm like, oh, thank you for that. And so the next time I hopped on, I just got up for C and didn't care about the number actually on the ticket. Got way better. It went way better because of that. And then we went and hopped on the plane, and I didn't get a window seat the first time. I got like an aisle seat, which isn't bad. I think that's like the second best. I think what you really don't want is a middle seat, because that's just like none of the good of either side. But the internet was terrible. It was kind of like a roller coaster at first, and I was like so excited. I was like, and it felt like a roller coaster that as soon as you start going, you hit like the top of like the oh, something's gonna happen, it just turns into a bus ride for like an hour. Which I thought was really fun too, honestly. But, or well, maybe not the bus ride itself, but I thought the first little while it was actually really fun. And I had a layover in Vegas for an hour. And as one does in Vegas, and Viva Las Vegas, I went and I gambled about $10 on a machine with samurai on it because I'm a weeb, and I made $1 back. And then I had to sit and struggle to find a machine to turn my piece of paper with $1 on it into money again. And I was like, wow. But then I still had like another, like I still had a lot of time before my next flight. So I was like, okay, now what? And I was like really hungry. So I went around and I'm like, okay, what's cool at the airport to go for food and like get me near my terminal. And so I walked around and everything was so expensive. Like, so expensive. Like, oh my god. Like, they were selling hot dogs for $12. A hot dog for $12. That is not... You can't sell hot dogs for $12. I can make a hot dog for less than $2. But I don't know how they got away. I don't know how. Who's buying those? Ooh. You know what? I could see that for airports, for stadiums too, actually. Took 2 bites. Oh, that hurts me, Raffle. I feel that. But yeah, blah blah blah. So anyways, I went around everywhere and nothing. Nobody had food for a remotely decent price, except for the best in all of fast food, good old Wendy's. And I got a breakfast Baconator. And then I went and sat at my terminal and ate it. I mean, that's fair. You know, they can, it's captive market. That's kind of one of, that's a hallmark of, like, capitalism strategies or whatever. Hallmark is not the right word, but you know what I mean. Alright, Raffle. Good luck. But yeah, but yeah, so I take my Baconator, which, by the way, I've never actually had Wendy's breakfast somehow. Yeah, Wendy's breakfast is like, it slaps. I love Wendy's breakfast. Like, their breakfast fries are so good. Like, I actually kind of, like, wish they had that as their regular fries. But, this music does not feel fitting. Hold on. Let's fix this. Hold on. There we go. Alright, so then I hop on my flight from Las Vegas, and something I did notice is that, so I'm from, like, the mountains, so it took me, like, no time at all for my plane to take off. Like, we basically got over, like, the local mountains and were able to just keep going. But when I landed at Las Vegas, which is basically at sea level, it took so long to take off to like the normal flight height or whatever. It took like 20 minutes of us like circling around to getting higher. And I was just like, okay, and we're going up. And I still didn't get a window seat. This time I got another aisle seat. But I took a bunch of pictures. You can see those in the Discord. I have no idea how people are able to pull them up so easily. I maybe should have asked somebody about that before I did this stream, actually. But you know what? I am going to put that in a note for learn to do it later. So, like, Syl and everybody were just, like, clicking something, and then, like, things were immediately popping up, like, behind them. I don't know how to do that. For, like, in VR chat and stuff. They weren't even in, like, a specialized world or anything. Or Syl didn't do it. I've seen a lot of other people doing stuff like that. So... But whatever, I'll figure it out later. So, I think it's something you have to, like, pre-set up, and I didn't do that. So, my bad. I think I might make a YouTube video going over all this again, too. Because I had a lot of fun, and, I feel like it's very story-y. In a good way. Is there I don't anyway. So I landed and immediately so I landed at San Diego airport, and after I was honestly in the morning, it felt like it took forever to like just the whole flight. But it wasn't like it didn't feel like bad forever. It felt like, oh no, like this is, you know, like exciting forever. So I landed at San Diego airport, and the thing that I find the most funny after being in Las Vegas and San Diego's airport, as well as my local airport that I, well, not gonna say which one it is, other than it's in the mountains. My airport is so much nicer than both Las Vegas and San Diego's. It's like hilarious. Like mine has like murals and it's clean, and it has these stores with cool like fronts and stuff all up in there. And then San Diego and Las Vegas's both looked like kind of trashy malls on the inside. I just thought that was really funny that like my airport looked like a ski resort and theirs looked like a not very popular mall. Or a, well, you know, or like a popular mall is probably more closely. Anyway. So I get there, and then I'm messaging our group chat for Twitchcon, and I'm like, I made it, guys. And then Viper's like, oh, I'm here too. Let's share an Uber to the hotel. And I was like, yeah. And then and they were like, meet me at the bag return 5. So I go over to bag return 5, and they're not there. And they're like, they gave me a description, and it was like, blue backpack, green luggage. And so I'm looking around, and everybody who has a green backpack and blue luggage does not look at all like they could be Viper, in a very obvious way if you've ever like met Viper, because Viper is not like a little kid. And I'm like, uh-oh. And then they're like, meet me outside luggage exchange 5. And so I go outside, and I'm like, I don't see anybody here. But I did get a neat picture of, they had the Crunchyroll Expo, apparently was in San Diego like a week or two before us. And there was a big bus with Crunchyroll Hime on it. And I got a picture of that. So that's I think I posted that somewhere. I am not from Colorado. I probably shouldn't be saying stuff like that. I'm not going to, okay, from here on out, I'm not going to respond to guesses to where I'm from. But, or you know what, nah, I'll just, Salt Lake City Airport, why not? Salt Lake City Airport looks like a ski resort type place, and then, Las Vegas and San Diego's, they looked like malls, like, crowded malls, all and kind of all scuffed up and dirty, and nothing was like visually nice. Oh yeah, I've heard about Denver Airport. I heard they have a lot of weird kind of stuff going on there. Fun fact, at one point there was a big group who really wanted to make Denver the capital and move Washington DC, because then it would be exactly in the center of the country. And I believe the airport had something to do with that. I think that was back in like the 30s. Don't quote me on any of that. That is stuff I have entirely gotten from like my dad's weird bouts of watching a ton of the History Channel when I visit. So, fun fact, History Channel, nothing on that is about history anymore, really. Anyway, too many fun facts, apparently. Still made fun of me for my fun facts all the time. But, anyway, so I land in San Diego, and then Viper texts me, is like, oh, I found the problem. We're at the wrong terminals. So I waited there, and Viper came, and we went and got an Uber to the airport, to our hotel. And our hotel is so pretty. Like, you know what? Okay, hold on. I think this is worth it. I will get... hold on one second. I will get pictures on the, Aw, thank you, Syfy. Let's see. I should have had this more prepared, but I want to show pictures. Let's see if I can do this remotely well. IRL pictures. And how do I guess? Okay, pulled that up, and then display capture. Wait, cancel. Blah blah blah. I'm so sorry about this. Display capture. Just, you know what? We're gonna go back to how it was. My bad. Let's declare oopsie daisies, and anyway, moving on. I will show those pictures are in the Discord. I have been meaning to make a big master post on Twitter as well for those who want to see them. That is an awkward moment for my VOD, so we're gonna just gloss over that. So we land in our super nice, pretty hotel right over the ocean. I've only ever seen the ocean one time, when I was like, how old is like 4th grade? Like 8, I think. Wait, hold on. You start kindergarten at like 5, 6. So it's just... Okay, yeah. I haven't seen the ocean since I was 10. So, a long time ago. So I got to see the ocean, even if it was only like in passing in the harbor. And we get to our hotel room, and it's big, and it's like the big outer shell ones, like in Spider-Man Far From Home. And you can like go look over the balcony, and there's like 12 floors, and we were on like the 10th floor. and it overlooked a bunch of really cool Spanish buildings, and Spanish buildings and skyscrapers and a bunch of cool looking stuff, and it was just so pretty. And blah. Yeah. So we get to the hotel, and me and Viper are kind of just hanging out. I am messing around with the TV, watching I flipped the TV on to... The TV was a very low point, I think, for this hotel room, honestly. Like, everything else was amazing. It was a 2-room hotel room. There was like a couch bed, and then 2 queens in the... there was a 1 room with like a couch and a sitting area, like a dining roomy thing, with like a table and chairs, and like a little kitchenette thing, and then then there was like a and then there's another room with like the bedrooms and the bathroom stuff, and anyways, I'm sitting here on this on the couch, and I turned the TV on just to like have something to kind of be going on while we wait for Syl and Luton, which is who I ended up sharing the hotel room with, is Silverwings and, you know, Luton VT, Viper Nest, who's in chat. And I'm watching this local TV station, like, that's sort of like made by the hotel, and like every single commercial on that is for new businesses or new events, and they're all filmed like it's 1995 or something. It was so weird. Like, or 2004, you know, whatever. I don't know why I went with 95. I'm actually too young for that year, really. But you know what I mean. It's just like the most like old TV style, like it's like an old TV vibe, and like there's even like the weird static on some of it, and like it was so funny. Like but yeah, so we were watching this, and then Syl just shows up. Syl didn't even tell us that she was here, that she had arrived to San Diego yet, and Syl just shows up at our hotel room, and we're just like, Syl, and she's just like, sup, and then she punched me because she said she would do that, apparently. Gritty particles. Yeah. So it was really fun, and then we sat and talked with Syl, and then that was hold on. So yeah, we sat and hung out with Syl. We looked out the window and just chatted, and it was so weird because like I hang out with Syl so often. Like, it's so weird to see your friends that you've like never really like, that you've like, if you talk to every day, but you've never actually seen what they look like, you know. Like, it's so interesting because like they show up and it's just like a weird like gray area of, I know this person, I don't know this person, but you know what I mean. But I had seen Syl's face before, so it wasn't that weird. It was kind of weird to see Viper for the first time, because I'd only heard Viper's voice. I'd never actually seen a picture of Viper. So that was interesting. Nobody looks exactly the way... Like, the thing that I've learned is that, with meeting people online, is nobody actually looks the way you think they look online. It's never, like, in a bad way, really. It's always just kind of different, you know? But it was crazy. Yeah, and so we mostly just hung out in the hotel for a little while, and then Luton was like, I'm finally here, guys. I'm on my way. And then he didn't say how he was getting there. he implied he was going to take the train. He implied he was going to take the bus. He implied that he was going to take an Uber. And we're just like, how are you getting here? Where should we wait for you? What should we do? Should we try to help you get here? And then his phone died because apparently, so Luton's Canadian. So apparently his like phone service does not work in America, really. Instead, he had to use like Wi-Fi for like everything. But yeah, so we go outside to wait for Luton, and we're gonna go check the train tracks behind the hotel. And we have this super nice hotel. Like I said, it's right next to like this pier, with a bunch of like shops and stuff, like a big boardwalk thing. It was so cool. But yeah, so we go back, go outside to wait for Luton, and they have palm trees everywhere, and I've never seen a palm tree, and like something like they are so much different than like I always thought they were from like movies. Like I thought they would be like more flexible. I thought they would feel different. They just, everything about palm trees were like completely different than what I expected. And I don't know why that was so like they were just so fascinating to me. So but after Viper and Syl dragged me away from being like blown away by trees, we were walking around, and we were right next to the bar from Top Gun. I thought that was really funny. I mean, yeah, I'm from a desert and or mountains. So, like, we don't get those here. It's not, like, there's not enough water. In fact, pretty much every tree I've only really ever seen, like, 3 different kinds of trees. They're pretty much just pine, cedar, and birch. Or is it cedar? Is that the right one? So pine trees, birch trees, and oak trees. Also, Cell does not leave their house too terribly often. I will give you that. Cell is a very indoorsy person. But anyway, I go hiking and stuff sometimes. It's just, I don't know, I don't do that, like, all the time. I actually really like to go camping. So I'm not, like, a total basement dweller. But anyway, so we go to the train station, and we walk by the bar from the movie Top Gun, and that apparently is now a barbecue restaurant, and it was like right next to our hotel. That was so cool. That actually was, we all kind of agreed that was really cool to just see, like, essentially a former film set just in real life, I guess, or just there turned into something else. It was just interesting. I think we all found that interesting, at least. I really don't know about everybody else, if they found it. Anyway. We go to the train. Luton's not there. Me and Syl sing the San Diego song for a little bit from South Park, and then we decide to head back to the hotel, and eventually Luton shows up, and it's like time to go pick up our badges for Twitchcon for like the early pickup. So we're walking down, and the thing I didn't really notice when we were just standing outside for a little bit trying to find Luton was humidity is a thing. Like, oh my god, that was so trippy when I first got there, because like just the air was wet. I felt like I was sweating really bad. It was just like, I was like, oh no, like everything is just like, everything just felt gross for a while. for like the entire first day and a little bit of the second day. So I'm walking around and everything's just wet feeling, and I'm like, but then like if I wasn't actually wet or sweating or anything, it was just like the air, and I'm like, and like the more I thought about it, I'm like, the air feels thick too, like really thick compared to what I was used to, because once again, I'm from like the top of a mountain. Haha, Cell. Yeah. But yeah. So yeah, that was just a weird thing. I haven't got there yet. Ducky! Hi. I was talking about TwitchCon. But yeah, so then we walked down to go pick up our badges and stuff. So we walk down the road, and we go to like every single gate, because there's like these big numbers hanging from like doors, and they're like, next one, next one, next one. Oh, you need to go to C. You need to go to C. You're at B, and we go to C, and they're like, go down like one more, and then we're like, okay, and then we go in, and we get our badges at the front door, basically. Syfy, thank you for the care package. I'll do that. Hydrate. All right, and stretch. And posture check. All right. Okay, I guess I will do another stretch and another hydrate. Thank you, Pokey. All right. But yeah. So thank you for the lurk, Syfy. But yeah, so we pick up our badges, and we because it's technically the day before the con actually opens, we kind of just all go back to the hotel, and we're like, okay, now what are we gonna do? And then we're like, oh, let's go get food. So we go to this big like touristy pier thing right next to our hotel, and Luton's like, I need to get something that I haven't had before. And so we're like, oh, good night, Viper. Thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate it. I hope you have a great night. Sweet dreams and all that. But all right. But yeah, so yeah, we go to this pier, and we're walking around trying to find something Luton hasn't had yet. And so we're like, me and Sil were like, oh, we should get like seafood, or at one point we're like, we should get like Mexican food, or at one point we were even like, we should get pizza and burgers. But then Luton was like, no, I've had all those things. I can't see it being good. And I'm like, okay, and then we found a Cajun place, and then we're like, yo, Cajun place. And then we're like, we go and we sit down, and they're like, you're probably gonna want to share this. It's such a big, and then and we're like, okay, and then we ended up getting jambalaya, which is like my favorite Louisiana food, and then Sil and that's what me and Luton got jambalaya, and Sil and Viper got gumbo fries, and it was so good. But the thing I actually really regret not getting an item on their menu there, which was they had alligator legs like deep fried alligator legs. And I was just like, when would I ever get the chance to have that again? I've never even heard, I didn't think that was a thing that you ate on an alligator. But we didn't end up actually doing that. So that is a slight bummer. But I know for next time, for next year, if that place is still around, maybe I'll go and get alligator wings, basically. So that first night, we wanted to try to go and meet up with some of our friends beforehand, like when we picked up our badges and say hi and stuff. But we ended up missing everybody. So afterwards, like I said, we just kind of went to the pier, and then we went to bed, kind of. We kind of just hung out, and then Syl and Viper were pretty wiped, so they ended up just like passing out after we got food. But Luton was all like, I need to go do stuff. I want to be exploring. I don't want to spend time in the hotel room. And we're like, okay, Luton. And I'm like, I'll go for a walk with you. So me and Luton went for a walk around the pier at night. So that was really kind of cool. And we went and got candy. And I got, I tried to get candy that I've never seen at home. So I got a UFO bar and a box of snow caps. And the snow caps were like the most mediocre candy I've ever had. All I remembered with those is that Syl put them on her like candy top whatever tier list that she did a while back, and I was like, I have no idea what those are. And what they are is literally like baking chocolate chips covered in like teeny tiny gross sprinkles that are like chewy and like the worst way. Like they're not pleasant. And then a UFO bar was like a really melty Three Musketeers-y type candy bar, chocolate bar. It was really good. I feel like I've had that exact same candy a million times though. But it was still fun. We walked around, we found a hot sauce specialty store and it was like a whole building just full of different kinds of hot sauces. And like none of them were like shelved more than once, so it was actually really interesting. I actually really thought about getting they had all this hot sauce from the show Hot Ones. And I actually was really tempted to get some for like maybe a future stream thing. But I didn't end up doing that. I probably should have. After that, like I said, me and Loot, everything kind of closed down on the pier because it was about 11:30-ish. So me and Luton went back to the hotel and crashed. I slept on the couch bed. I tried to give it to Luton and be nice, but Luton was being weird about it, and instead he slept in a chair. So I got the couch bed. So yay. So then we passed out, and then we woke up at like the next day at like 6 a.m. so that we could get the early breakfast, which the complimentary breakfast was actually really good. Maybe not so much the first day, but like it got better every day progressively. So we had the complimentary breakfast, and then it was really good. I got like an omelet. Am I giving you guys too much details? I hope this isn't like boring. I'm trying to like cover everything and make sure it takes up enough time, or it like actually like but it was so nice to see everybody. But day one of the con, we kind of all had like a mission. I No, it's nice? Okay, good. I'm glad. So day one of the con, I kind of went in with, like, I was under caffeinated because they had, I didn't actually get a chance to, I kind of rushed out without getting to have another cup of coffee. Because I usually drink 2 cups of coffee every single day. So I was a little under caffeinated and a little bit jet lagged still the next morning. So, so we rush out there and I was all tired and we get in line. And the line is so long this time. It like, is there markers here? Hold on. Let me see. Boop. Do we have markers in this world? Did I pick a bad world? Alright, I am not seeing markers. So, I guess back up to my area I was gonna be hanging out in. Bum 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 bum. Alright, so anyway, there's a really long line, and like the entrance is right here at the right near the front of the building, like from our hotel. So like our hotel is like over here, and then like the Twitchcon building is like right here, and then the entrance is like a little bit here, and then the line was like, and then it actually wrapped back on the first day. It wrapped back around and was like halfway back up the other side. So then it was like, oh no, and then you just we watched we actually watched a bunch of people like get like pulled out of line for like trying to hop the bars and stuff and like kicked out. That was interesting. And we kind of all sat and talked, and then they had this like big separate line. Once you get like through the first part of the line, you had to get into a second line, and the second line divvies you up between partner, affiliate, and general public. And me and Sil were like, we need to get partner next year, because there was nobody at all in the partner line. It just like, it was like already just done. You know, it was like you could just walk up and get in, basically. But so we hopped in the affiliate line, which was basically at the start of the affiliate line. It was that far in, and we go in, and we're in TwitchCon, and we start going around, and Sil and Viper immediately are like jumping into booths and talking to people. We get an appointment to meet with Microsoft on Sunday, which was really cool. I went and talked to Microsoft about a really cool thing that I might be doing. And Viper and Sil end up at the Sega booth playing Phantasy Star Online, which looked really cool. They gave us like a DLC paper that gave us access to all the Sonic the Hedgehog collab items for it, and that was really cool. But Luton did not want to play the game at the booth, so I was trying to make sure that he was having a good time too. He kind of really wanted to run off and find Lumichu. And I don't blame him. I would be excited to go see all of my friends too. I was excited to see all my friends too, so. But I ended up just walking around with Luton, and I left the line and didn't actually end up getting to play Phantasy Star Online or any of the other Sega games. But I did take their card and talk to them a bunch before we left, so that was really cool. Me and Luton ran around for a while. I played the new Street Fighter 6. Um, there was like this big foam pit where people were fighting, and I watched a bunch of people fight. Apparently on one of the days, a girl got her back broken in 3 places doing that. So, but, so we kind of just walked around and hung out. Eventually Luton, somebody broke their knee. Somebody broke, a girl broke her back in 3 places. Another girl needed to get like a rod inserted. It's because the foam pit was like a foot deep instead of like 3 or 4 feet deep, like it would be you would need for it to be safe. And it's not even Twitchcon's fault. It kind of is for them approving it, but it's like that. It's that booth's fault for setting it up that way. They didn't even put pads underneath it. It just went straight to the concrete floor. I'm honestly kind of surprised more people didn't get injured, because foam cubes are not enough to like stop a person's full body weight from hitting the concrete and not like getting hurt. But the funniest part about that, though, is that Wendy's had the exact same booth, but with, instead of like fighting poles, you had giant French toast sticks. And it actually was cheap. I mean, not cheap. It actually was deep enough that you were fine. Nobody got injured at the Wendy's booth because their thing was 2 feet deep and under a big plush carpet. On top of a big plush carpet. On top of a mat. Like, all of those things. So, nobody got hurt at Wendy's when Wendy's had its combat booth full of foam. But, yeah, the Lenovo, or whatever the company was, their booth was kind of really cheap. Although it looked nicer, I will give it that. It looked a little bit less, looked a little bit more professional, I should say. But it was, like, really shallow, and a lot of people got hurt, and that's kind of a shame. I went to go see the V Shoujo booth. One of my biggest regrets also is that I didn't line up to meet Iron Mouse, because Iron Mouse is one of the reasons why I'm a VTuber. Because, like, she's the reason I even know what a VTuber is. And so, like, I learned what a VTuber was because of Iron Mouse, and then because of knowing what a VTuber was, I Googled it and tried to learn more, and I wanted to learn more about it because I was just I already made like YouTube content and stuff at the time, which is it's pretty much gone from the internet now. But yeah, anyway, so I go to but she's the reason I know what a VTuber is, because I wouldn't have became a VTuber if I hadn't looked it up and met people that made me think it would be a really fun thing to do. So, but yeah, I really wanted to meet her, and the first day I could have lined up. I had the time. The line was short enough. I could have lined up and met her and Nanners, and I'm like, I've never really watched Nanners, so I didn't line up because I didn't really know Nanners very well. And I thought that would be awkward to line up and to just meet one person, so I didn't. And that line was never that short ever again. Like, it would go like across the con hall for Iron Mouse every time from then on, so it was like, oh. But I took pictures in front of like the Project Melody and the Iron Mouse cars from Senpai Squad. Eventually Luton went and ran off and disappeared to go find Lumi. And I kind of just hung out by myself the rest of the day. I talked to a bunch of booths, got a bunch of cards, eventually ran into Syl again. Me and Syl hung out for a while. And before too long, it was 5 o'clock started rolling around, and our really cool dinner reservations were approaching. And so we left the con a little bit early so that we could drop our stuff off, all the stuff that we got from the con, off at the hotel room. And then once we got to the and then we were going to we dropped all of our stuff off at the hotel room, and then Lumichu, O-Girls, and Rune all came over to our hotel room, and then we all like 8 of us went to go have Japanese barbecue at this really awesome place that I really want to go again. It was so good. And it was so good. They had real wasabi. They had and you just could just sit and order more meat and sit and get it grilled, and it was I don't even know how to describe how it was. Just, it was such a fun vibe. And everybody I met was so cute and blah. Everyone was so nice and so cute, and I'm really glad I got to meet a bunch of really cool people. I got to meet Ozzy VR. Ozzy was supposed to go with us to Japanese barbecue, but they ended up having other things come up, so they weren't able to. So, you know what? Maybe next year, you know. And then after, so we're eating Japanese barbecue, and like I'm chatting up all the people and stuff, and it's all cool and fun, and we're all friends, and it's great. And then after we're about done, because we have a time limit. Hold on, I should talk about the food. But yeah, I had like beef tongue, grilled beef tongue, and like I got like a spicy miso salmon, and like a barbecue shrimp thing, bunch of so many, like I got filet mignon. I had beef gyodon sushi, which is like a slice of like Wagyu steak on like sushi rice. And like all of it was so good. Yeah, honestly, like I wish I could like eat like that forever. Like for real, that was so good. But afterwards, so we started wrapping up, and then like so we started wrapping up, and then it was like O-Girls is like, hey guys, I gotta go, or hey everybody, I have to go to this. I got invited to this party by Etoile Doll, and it's like a big VR chat after party at this one place, and it's like a rave, and you know, so I'm gonna have to go soon, and we're like, oh, you know, and blah 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 blah, and then Sill's like, I'd go to that, and then they're like, do you guys want to go to that? And then all of a sudden we were taking an Uber to like North San Diego, like the complete opposite side of the entire city, and we show up at this like weird bar that was like kind of like almost in like, it almost looked like it was in a residential area. It was like the last building before like the business area hit the residential area. It was really kind of interesting. But so we go inside, and then like first things first, like, you know, show ID and all that, and then like super loud music is like blasting, and it's super crowded. So we grab drinks, and then I go inside, and apparently they had a live feed into a VR chat world based on that bar or something, I think. It looked really similar on the VR chat screen. And there was a bunch of people in VR chat partying, and then a bunch of people IRL partying, but the music was too loud for me, because they do these like weird sounds in DJ sets a lot, where it's, and then like I like my brain couldn't take some of those. So but yeah, So I kind of just hung out outside. I didn't really know anybody there. I saw some people I knew there. Like I saw, but like not people I like know. No. So I kind of just clung, or just kind of sat around Syl and Viper, and Luton is really against. Luton is really straight edge. So Luton just sat in the corner, like very unhappy, just like watching everybody like a hawk, like he was expecting us all to like wig out or something. And so eventually we ended up hanging out in the this like area outside behind it. There was even a taco truck in the bar. I thought that was really cool. So yeah, we ended up just hanging out back most of the time where it wasn't so loud, and after we drank our drinks, and there was a bunch of people there. I didn't really talk to people though at the party. Parties are like, if you want Cell to talk, a party with drinking and loud music is like the guaranteed way to make Cell not talk at all, like basically at all, because Cell will just feel awkward the whole time. But like I saw like Kitty DVR and stuff there. It was fun. Eventually though, we decided to leave because Syl's legs were tired from the convention, because she packed really bad shoes for convention. So we took so after like an hour, we took an Uber back, and basically from there we just kind of passed out for the night. Next day we get up. Breakfast is a little bit better because this time, so my omelet on the first day from the omelet bar was like really undercooked, and I didn't have time to get me like a different one really, so I just had like an undercooked on the inside omelet. And this time I asked them to like overcook it, and it was way better. And then I got coffee and some cornflakes, good stuff. And this time Luton left really early, skipped breakfast, and I think I mostly spent this day by myself. Syl went to go meet up with a bunch of people because she made a post about like, people meet me on meet me at Twitchcon, and a bunch of people responded to that apparently, and she wanted to go meet with everybody who responded. I met up and hung out with Helianthus pretty much all day. Helianthus of our mod staff, our wonderful, amazing mod staff. Really cool guy. Helianthus is really cool. Super cool. And then we were walking around, and me and Syl on our way me and Syl on our way out on the first day, we actually, I skipped over this. How did I skip over this? We met one of my favorite YouTubers of all time, The Completionist, just outside the convention hall. Syl even got a picture with him. It was so cool. But yeah, we basically just so yeah, we just kind of hung out. Me and Helianthus just kind of walked around the like artist alley and stuff this time, because I didn't even find the artist alley the first go around. But then we went and then the crazy part is that when I went into the artist alley, I wanted to go to Techie Cutie's booth because she's an artist who is also a VTuber, and she makes really cute art that I really like. And but she also made the art for Snuffy, the VTuber, and I went up, and today they had wheeled out, they had just, like, put up a like, VTuber meet and greet, like, screen, like they had at the VShojo booth. And I'm like, what? And, as we walked up, it turned on, and then, there was, like, like, a line of people sort of formed, and Snuffy was on it. And I was like, yo, what? And, so I got in line, and then, or me and Helianthus got in line, and then Rune showed up, and we were like, oh my god, you know, Snuffy's here. We didn't even know this was going to be a thing. And it wasn't, because apparently it wasn't really planned. It was like a last minute decision thing they did. Because apparently Techie Cutie also did a meet and greet thing that I missed. So me and Rune sat and waited in line and met Snuffy. It was so cool. And she was so nice, and she said I was cute. She said I was really cute, and she got all excited to meet me, and it was so nice. I actually really want to pop into one of her streams really soon and like see if she still knows if she remembers who I am at all. But she was so nice. And I got some pictures with Snuffy that I need to probably edit so that this cell is the one that's in those pictures so that you guys can see them. But yeah. So we met Snuffy. I met Snuffy, and then Syl wanted to meet up again. So me and Helianthus were like, okay. And so we snuck into the we went over to where she said to meet her, which was the outdoor food area. So we go out there, and Syl's like, she's like, we're at the entrance to the exact place she said, which was the Kappa Cabana, and which was like the adult bar section. And then she's just like, just stand in the middle, just get inside, and they're like, we're standing outside, she's like, just go in. And so we just went in. We snuck past the ID person. We just kind of like walked through into the center, and we're like, okay, Syl, you're not in here. Where are you? And it turns out she was waiting at the general center of the meal place. There was like 5 different restaurants in here. What she was calling the whole outside eating area, the Kappa Cabana. So me and Helianthus sat in like the adults only area for like way too long, texting Syl wondering where she is. So that was really funny. Then pretty much we walked around the artist alley a bit more after that, and then we went and got the new Wendy's Grape Frosty. Okay, so everybody is super down on like the Wendy's Frosty from the convention. Everyone's like, it's bad, it's gross, whatever. But you know what? It is not gross. It was amazing. I loved it. It was just grape flavored ice cream. Why is that not a thing normally? It just tasted like grape soda, but ice cream. Like, you know, that's not a gross combo. But, so yeah, they had a Wendy's booth, and they were giving out like this new experimental Twitch exclusive Frosty flavor. And, so that's what we had, and we had that. But, the only thing I would complain about it is that they had like sour nerds on it, and they like really were not that good. They were like the worst part of it. But I would totally actually order like an actual like grape Frosty. If you're listening, I had a hiccup. I'm so sorry. If you are listening, Wendy's, you should bring back the you should just like keep the grape Frosty from TwitchCon. Or bring it back next year at very least. I really liked it. But yeah, and then so Syl had a bunch of people she wanted to meet up with, and I was like, to that. So I was just like, I'm gonna just go off on my own again. well, I hung out with Helianthus at the, I'm sorry, my nose really itches all of a sudden. But yeah, I was hanging out with Helianthus, and still wanted to go off and meet a bunch of people, so I kind of just bailed, and me and Helianthus sat and hung out for a while. We walked around. I probably sat too much. On that second day, I was really tired, and like the day before I left for the convention, I hiked all over my city for job stuff. So to immediately go from hiking all over, like walking all day, to walking all day, to attempting to walk all day a third time was kind of, you know, a bit much for indoorsy old Cell. But but yeah, the next night though, we all decided. So eventually though, then I met Code Miko. That was really cool. I met her at just a random booth. I got my picture taken with Code Miko. She is super nice. She seemed a little bit awkwarded out by getting like recognized by people in like public, I think. But she was really nice about it. I saw Emirichu. I'm positive I saw Emirichu, but she walked by me so fast. I really wanted to like get a picture with her. I'm actually really big. I really like her videos. But eventually, I let Helianthus go. I stopped keeping him hostage, and he went off to he paid for the exclusive party that none of the rest of us thought it was worth going to. He said it was fun though, so I'm happy for him. He got a very funny Boo plushie while we were in the artist alley too. But yeah, so afterwards we were tired and we were like, we don't know where to go, and we were like, we don't want to sit and walk around too much. So I found this place called Baja Lobster, and they had like lobster fajitas and stuff, and it was like right next to the convention center, and we're like, Luton, come meet us for blah 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 place, and we'll get food. And Luton's like, okay. And we meet up with Luton, and Luton's like, I don't want to Luton's like, I want to explore San Diego and just walk around and find somewhere. And we're like, okay, I guess we can just walk around the area with the Baja Lobster and then pick something else. And we walked around downtown San Diego for like 3 hours, and everything started closing. So because at that point it was like 9 o'clock. So and so it so yeah, by that point it was like 9-10 o'clock and places were starting to close. So we went to a place that I like to go to here, which is Buca de Beppo, which I probably shouldn't say in that accent like that ever again, because that's probably offensive to somebody. But we went to, and it's this Italian chain that apparently does not go to the East Coast like at all. Ow. I hit my hand on my desk. But yeah, they do not exist at all on the East Coast. So none of them had it, really. And it also doesn't exist in Canada, so Luton hadn't had it either. And I was like, guys, they give you a lot of food. We should not order individual food. We should order like 2 things and share everything. And then everyone's like, and then Luton was like, it's not going to be too much food. And then Viper, or I can't remember if Viper said anything in particular. But Viper was like, I want to get this. And so Viper picked a thing. And I picked a thing. And then Luton also picked a thing. And we were like, haha, you know, the three of us will share this, and Luton can try to eat his food all by himself. But, and then Sil was like, you know what? Screw it. I'll have a margarita pizza. And she orders a whole pizza. So we get all this food, and as soon as the first plate of the small plates arrive, because you can order family-sized plates, because, like, Luton ordered a family-sized plate. And, yeah, the first time the first small plate arrived, we were like, oh, everyone else was like, oh, you really can feed about 3 people with the small, can't you? Like it says on the menu. And I'm like, you should have believed me. And so, anyways, we ended up eating a bunch of pasta. It was really good. I got chicken carbonara, and mine was really good, but I think it was not good in comparison to everybody else's food. So, like, I think it would have been way better. Hi, Sai! Welcome in! Blah blah. But yeah, I'm telling everybody about how my trip to, Twitchcon went. We were talking about, we're on, night 2, and what, we all went out for, when me and Luton and Sil went out for, Italian food. But yeah, I had chicken carbonara. Sil had a margarita pizza, which she insists the simplicity of the pizza makes it better. But I personally, I took a bunch of pictures. They're all over in the Discord, but my tracking is suddenly really weird. But they're all over in the Discord. And I think a bunch of them are on my Twitter as well. But I have pictures of all the food, and all the stuff. The only thing I didn't take pictures of is me. Well, I did take pictures of me, but like, those ones are going to be private, or I'm going to edit them so that I feel okay sharing them. Mostly by editing myself into myself. So, but yeah, yeah, so yeah, blah, blah. Where was I? Yeah, Viper got like a wild mushroom ravioli. The hotel was so nice. I love the hotel. The only thing I would have said is I wish I could have gotten a bed, like a proper bed and not a couch bed. I was really jealous of Sil having one of the queen beds. And Viper had, of course, Viper probably paid the most for the hotel, so the way we kind of set everything up. So Viper, of course, by default got a bed. So, but it was so nice. We had such a great view. I wish I could share pictures. I did not think about it, and I did not set up a way for me to do that, really. Sipey, welcome back! But yeah, and then Luton got chicken parmesan, which I think he actually picked the best food item out of all of us, but because that's normally what I would get, so I fell. I guess now to go figure out how to but yeah, you know what, nah. Let's get some movement. I feel like I've sat in that one spot for too long. Alright, not really. Like, I'm only one time zone away, so it wasn't that bad. The bed was pretty bad though. The thing that I found it easier to sleep because the better humidity and the better air and stuff. Like, like I'm from the top of a mountain basically, so the air is thinner, so the air is thicker. So I feel like I slept better, weirdly enough, at sea level. But yeah. But yeah, the second, but then after we got our Italian food, we were gonna go back to the Luton really wanted to go get ice cream at the fancy Ghirardelli ice cream factory or chocolate factory. So so we go to this chocolate factory and it's got like a bunch of neon signs outside, and then then Luton's like, hey, can Lumi join us? And we're like, yeah, we love Lumi. Lumi's great. We're happy to have Lumi with us. So we go to wait for Lumichu to show up, and then so we go to take a table outside, and the lady on the table behind us gets up and she leaves her badge in a bush next to her table, and because there's like a little hedge bush type of thing to separate the chocolate ice cream place with like the street traffic, and I give it to her, and it's one of the people in Yogg's cast, and I was like, whoa, and she's like, oh, thank you so much, you saved the rest of the convention for me, and I'm like, I'm so happy that I got to help you, and it was so cool. And then we sat down and waited for Lumi, and then Lumi showed up, and then at this point, Syl and Viper were pretty wiped, so they didn't really want ice cream or chocolate or anything. Syl is not really a dessert person either, so... And we also ate a bunch of pasta, so I don't really blame them. I kind of was just like, I didn't really want ice cream either, but I was just like, I'm here, so we should probably just go for it. And so I did take I did take some public transportation. But yeah, so me, Luton, and Lumi got ice cream. I got mint chocolate chip because I actually really like that ice cream, and it's very appropriately colored, I suppose, being like light blue and all. But yeah, so we got ice cream, and then we went back to our hotel, and we hung out with Lumi for a while, and then Lumi had to leave, and Luton wanted to sit and wait outside with her for her Uber, and I passed out on the couch before he could get back, so, and Syl and Viper were asleep, like, way before that even, so, but, you know, it was a fun night, a really fun night. What else? What happened the next time? We woke up early the next day. No, actually, I never rode the train. I rode the bus once, and the rest of the time, we kind of just walked everywhere. Some of our friends talked about renting cars, and I just like kept looking at that map, and I'm like, why would you need to rent a car? But, yeah, so, we ended up going to, so we went back to the convention, and this time it was business. We wasted our mess around and kind of just casually go through the convention days. This time we had to go through every single booth and make sure that we got all of the info and stuff that we wanted, and like all the deals. We met all the people we wanted to meet up with. Oh, I skipped the VR chat meetup. Oh no. So on day 2, actually, was it day 2 or day 1? One of those days, there was a big VR chat meetup where all the VR chat people like content creators all met up, and we had there was a big sign that everyone signed, and then like a big banner, and then we all hung out. I got to meet a bunch of really big VR chat people. Like I got to meet what names are escaping me right now. Oh no. I got to meet iLulu, and iLulu, and I met Tasty Burger and Kanashi and a bunch of other people. I did not get to meet Iron Mouse. I got to meet Snuffy though. I got to meet Snuffy, so that was really awesome. Yeah. And Code Miko. I got to meet Code Miko as well. That was really cool. And the Completionist and a bunch of other really so cool people. Oh Girls, Lumichu. I did not go to the VShojo party. I didn't know there was a VShojo party. I went to the VShojo booth a few times, but like I didn't. I did not, in fact, go to any party. The only party I went to was the VR chat community party. But yeah, this was the day of. This was Monday, so or not Monday. This was Friday, that first night of the real con. That I did the big VR chat meetup. I met a ton of people. It was really cool. Anyway, so last day was business. I had my meeting with Xbox. So you know what, I could, yeah, fair enough. I really wanted to meet Iron Mouse, and Melody, and Nyanners, and Zentreya, and all that. I really wanted to meet all of VShojo. VShojo was really, I really like VShojo, but, I didn't get to meet any of them. I only got to, like I said, I did get to meet Snuffy, so that was really cool. I was really excited about that. I almost got to meet Emirichu. Welcome back, Raffle. But yeah, on, like I was saying though, day 3, the con was like, it was like busy mode. Me and Syl literally went up and down every single aisle, talking to every single booth, getting all of their cards. I have a huge stack of cards on my desk and a ton of stickers. And, I know, I heard, actually, apparently she was in line when the girl broke her back at the, like, foam pit fighting thing. So, I think that's crazy. Yeah. Because actually, I think she said once that she lives in the area, I think she lives in, like, Southern California. But yeah, classic Mel. That sounds funny. Melody would have been really... like I said, I would have been happy to meet any of the VShojo girls. I didn't meet any of them, and I was so sad. Because they all seemed so nice. Unless you count Snuffy as a VShojo girl. Because she sort of counts, I guess, in my opinion. But I got to meet Snuffy. Snuffy's super nice. Snuffy said I was cute. Actually, like... everybody said I was cute, and I was just like, So, yeah. Yeah, I didn't really. Oh wait, I got a t-shirt from this unreleased game that's basically Smash Brothers mixed with Smite, called DKO. I got a t-shirt of a samurai guy in a pocket. I thought that was really funny, and kind of cute. that's really my only, and I got two bags from Twitch, and I got to keep my pass. It's covered in pins now. I put so many pins on it. I got so many cool things, actually. I got the bigger thing that I'm bringing back, that I brought back though, is I brought back a bunch of new like programs and software and stuff to make the streams way better. Oh, it's the glass. I was like, what's happening here? Anyway, yeah, I really like Melody. She's the one who always I think she's really funny. But yeah, but I got a bunch of stuff to make my streams way better. Actually, there's gonna be a lot of like upgrades and stuff happening around good old Selvion Entertainment Incorporated. Blah. Like, we have a ton of stuff getting like rapidly getting better. Hold on. That's weird. Okay, anyway, VR chat broke my model a little bit more, but we're gonna ignore that for a minute. Because I have a new model on the way, so it's fine. But yeah, I'm really excited for all my new upgrades and stuff I got going on. I got to meet a bunch of cool people. Most of them are like, we might, I don't know when we're gonna have figurines or anything cool like that, because those are expensive to store and stuff. And essentially, if I wanted to do something like that, I would have to like buy like 100 of them and then ship them out of my own house. If I wanted to have something like a figurine or a plushie, because like the minimum purchase is like $100, or not $100, 100 of the plushies, and that's like, or figures, and that's like thousands of dollars. So but I actually did talk to a merch company while I was there. We might be getting a bunch of lines of sell t-shirts and stuff coming out. I want to get I would love that. I would love like a chibi sell somewhere. That would be great. So yeah, we might be getting sell shirts here pretty soon. If I get approved for their program. Yeah, I'm really excited for that. But we got the new model coming. I got 2 new models coming, and I'm not going to elaborate on that whatsoever. You will find out. Yeah, so, but yeah, we should be getting, like, actual merch coming out soon. Although, I will say, we do have, emote stickers and emote magnets down in the doobly-doo if you do want those. We still have those available, and they're gonna stay available for now. They might get, messed with. Anyway, yeah, just a, gentle reminder that they're there. But yeah, a lot of cool stuff is coming out. Okay, do you actually want the spoiler? It's not a Halloween model. It'll take me to a new dimension. Let's see if you guys figure that one out. Probably will, actually. I have a live 2D coming. I couldn't help that. I spoiled it. But yeah, I got a live 2D coming. Because my friend Rosie said she is working on learning how to do that so she can make live 2Ds, and she wanted to use me as a practice, so I'm getting a free live 2D from her. So I'm actually really hyped about that. And then I commissioned a 3D model, and I'm planning on trying to do more VR chat 3D VR content because I'm attached to this community, even though I don't feel like I do enough here with VR chat. So I think I'm gonna have to like have like a dedicated VR chat day of the week or something, for sure. But yeah, I've got a bunch of programs and stuff to make content better. Maybe make not Twitch content a little bit faster. A bunch of cool things like that. Some cool analytic tools and stuff. So streams should all be getting way better. I'm really excited for that. I might have a deal with Microsoft, and that's gonna give me a bunch of really cool opportunities to do cool stuff. Bongo, thank you for the care package and welcome in. Hi. Bye-bye. Blah. I will get to that. Hydrate, water bottle. Feel free to drink along at home, because hydration is key to a perfect health. Hydrate.
Batot Splat 1, Batot Splat 2, Batot Anti-Dead Technology Upgrade the Android Say 1 EO Angry immediately.
Yeah. Aw, I missed you too, Bongo. Hugs. My camera's slightly too far away to do proper hugs, but hugs. But yeah, a lot of cool things have happened with TwitchCon. I'm really happy that I went. Met a lot of cool people, did a lot of cool things, a lot of stuff looking up with content. So yeah, I got a deal with Microsoft. It's kind of I have a deal with Microsoft. Sort of. Microsoft has a streaming program that I joined, like a streamer program for Twitch. So, I don't know how much I'm actually supposed to talk about that. But let's just say you might be seeing Cell, and honestly, probably Sil, and probably Sil as well, on the official Microsoft Xbox channel on Twitch. So, yeah. Also, I got like free. I also got free, like, Game Pass for, like, 5 months. So that's pretty cool. But that's pretty much, like, that's all I can really say, I think, without spoiling anything, really. But, yeah, I'm really excited about it. A lot of cool things. What else is happening? Blah. Blah. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, final day, we walked around, did meeting with Microsoft, I got all my things for all these booths, we found a cute game from the, Marbles on Stream people, that's now gonna be like a Mario Kart game, where you as the viewers have to unlock little like animal characters and stuff, and drive around in a race, and it's basically the same as Marbles, but it's way cuter. And like Mario Kart, I have an early access code for that somewhere that I really want to try as soon as that opens up. I got to play the new Street Fighter. I said that already, but that was really awesome. I got to meet Lumichu and O-Girls and Rune. Code Miko and Snuffy and a bunch of other really cool The Completionist. He's one of my favorite YouTubers. I got to meet The Completionist. it was such a good time. And like, I already like, I've already missed everybody. Oh, thank you for the stretch site. All right, thank you. But yeah, actually, let's just boink, boink. Let's rearrange things a little bit. Wow, you can really tell that the newer updates for VR chat have messed my model up a little bit. Look at my shoulders are weird now. But yeah, got to do a bunch of really cool things. Met a lot of really cool people. Got to hang out with all of my like online friends, IRL. That is so trippy. And like hardly anybody looks the way you expect them to in real life. Not like and not in like a bad way. Everyone's really pretty and nice. And it was like, I don't know, it was just so fun. I basically I was almost crying leaving. It was just so like, you know what I mean? It was just so hard to like leave. I actually heard Cyberpunk is a pretty good game now. I haven't actually played that far into it. We actually did a big poll on the Discord about whether or not people wanted me to play either Cyberpunk or play the Yakuza games. I do like synthwave retro stuff. That's kind of Cell's aesthetic a lot of the time. But yeah, especially Vaporwave. I really like Vaporwave. But I love the Cyberpunk anime so far. I'm like halfway through it. So no spoilers, please. Pretty please. But because I was watching it before I left, and then I didn't watch it while I was there at all. But yeah, I don't. I'm sorry, Syfy, but I'm gonna watch it. But yeah, everybody voted for me to play Yakuza instead. As soon as I beat the first Yakuza, I think we're gonna go to Cyberpunk to play through it because of the anime. Actually, I'm kind of half tempted to go straight into Cyberpunk instead, even though you voted for it. Just because I feel like it'd be less relevant the longer I wait from the animes coming out. But after today, we're gonna get back into Dead Space. We're gonna get the first Dead Space done. I think I'll have it completed really quickly. But I was really enjoying Dead Space. Oh, and they announced, John Carpenter announced that the director of The Thing from like the 80s said that he really wants to direct a Dead Space movie. And I'm actually like kind of really hyped for that, and I really hope that actually happens, because like that sounds like a good movie. You know, really excited for that. But how long has that billboard been there? I've never seen that one. Buy our stuff. I've never seen that billboard up there. What group or artist? What do you mean? But yeah, they have a few movies they saw. What do you mean? Oh, I don't actually know who's making the Dead Space movie. I just heard that John Carpenter really wants to direct it. Yeah, I honestly don't know how I managed to get the money for TwitchCon, so I don't blame you. It's kind of expensive. But I am for sure going next year. I had such a good time. And heck, we've even been talking about how maybe we need to figure out how to get to TwitchCon Paris for next year as well, too. And I've heard rumors they might be at TwitchCon Japan this year. So, I definitely want to go to TwitchCon Japan. Hang out in Japan with all my friends. That sounds so cool. But yeah. So, but yeah, all of that. I kind of want to do everything. I want to do all of it. And I also want to get like stickers printed out so I can give people stickers and stuff and when I meet them. You know, things like that. I want everything. I want to do stuff. I had such a fun time. I want it to never end. I want to just live like at TwitchCon. Oh, yeah. I never actually watched any of those. Are they good? I actually don't know. Huh. Sorry for the yawn. I really want to sell plushie too. That would be so cute. I would love it. I actually that is like no joke. One of like the biggest things that I want. Period. I also really want a glow friend plushie. Like my little glow orbs buddies that I do not have attached to anything yet. But I really love them. They're the little icons next to your names. I really want my little glowy friends to be. I want a plushie of one of those too. I really like them. Sell bobbleheads. Actually, that would be pretty cool too. I want stuff. I want to make stuff and be all like, woo. I think it'd be so cool. But yeah. Oh, a sell Funko Pop would be real. Yeah. I actually have a bunch of Funko Pops. Or U2 would probably be a little bit closer and more likely to actually happen. But yeah, Funko Pops are kind of meh. I do have a bunch of them though. I have the entire Fooly Cooly set of Funko Pops. I also have a Cowboy Bebop one and a Deadpool one and a Cortana one. And I have the Cortana one because I thought it would be funny to stick her inside a computer. Although apparently she's worth a lot of money now, so maybe I'd be better off just like selling her online. But yeah, because that joke is not really worth, I don't know. But anyway, I was saying stuff. Blah. But yeah, U2 would be really cool. But yeah, my big goal, I want to get partner by next TwitchCon, or next year. By this time next year, I want to be partner and be all like big and good and able to do cool stuff and get figures and cool thing. I want that stuff happening. I really want that. So, gonna make stuff and try to get all big and stuff. I'm actually I have not been more excited for like just general content creation than I am like right now. Like, I want to like already be doing everything, but I have to get some of my real life stuff in order right now. So it's kind of like, blah, you know, like panicky. Blah. So I don't actually know where that stuff is going to be going just yet, but I want to get stuff going, and I'm really excited for what the future is from Twitchcon. Really like invigorated a lot of stuff with that. Last thing about my trip. Aside from like me and basically everyone else almost crying, like leaving. I don't know about Viper or Luton but I think Sil was with me on that. Like, it's just sad. All your friends are gonna go back to living in a box on your desk. But I did end up getting a window seat on my air flight home. It was so nice. Until it started to hurt my neck staring out the window because I'm too tall. Or something, I don't know. Maybe it's the seat I got. But yeah, wait, how many figures do I have? Or how many figures of Cell do I want to get made? Because I would love to get, like, so many. I would like to get it so that you can, like, collect all the outfits, and a bunch of stuff like that. I would think that would be really fun. Heck, I would be happy with one, even. Just one This Is Cell figure. I would be very hype about that. I really want to get posters made and a bunch of other stuff. I'm actually, like I said, I am so hyped for, like, everything right now. Like, I just want to make stuff. I have a bunch of ideas for, like sketches and stuff I want to get made. Oh, how many figures do I have? Funko Pop figures, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6, or wait, no, hold on. I have 9 Funko Pops. I have 2 anime figures. A U2. I have a pair of U2s. I have the Unis Honest U2s. And then I have a ton of anime action figures, like, or that you like can pose and stuff, that I do not have set up in any sort of like display or anything. They're just kind of in boxes. I kind of want to get those set up all nice one day. I actually collect a lot of video game merch and stuff, so I actually have a ton of video game stuff in general. Like, I have an action figure of Raiden from Metal Gear Solid 2. So, and a bunch of other really cool things like that. But, like I said, none of those are, like, put out or anything and on display or anything like that. They're all kind of just living in boxes. Yeah. That's awesome. The biggest reason I don't have anything on display is that I have been living, like, this apartment life for a while. And, I am really bad about buying furniture, because I'll sit and be like, I need this furniture item, and then never buy it. Because I'd rather buy video games or food or like, you know, like nicer food or a lot of other things over furniture. So, like, I don't own any shelves. Like, I have all of my whole video game collection is, like, right here, and it's just stacked against a wall. Like, it comes up to, like, here, and it's just, like, 5 stacks of, like, every video game I own. So, like, I don't have any bookshelves or anything. I live like I'm a college student, despite not being in college anymore. I probably should buy some things, some shelves, and maybe a display case or something. Yeah, that would probably be a good idea. I don't know, maybe someday. But yeah, what else? But yeah, I did not. I wish I would have bought stuff at TwitchCon. I walked away with a little bit of money left over, and I probably could have bought, like, a t-shirt or something if I really wanted to, or a plushie, but I didn't end up actually. I have a bunch of plushies too. Actually, right here I've got Kamina from Gurren Lagann. He hangs above my computer. And then I have Space Dandy. I have those two hanging above my computer. I've got a Crash Bandicoot plushie over in the corner. Dandy. He's a dandy guy in space. I have a bunch of Pokemon plushies in one of those like collapsible bags that you like vacuum all the air out. I didn't take those out because they're from when I was younger, so I just have a ton of them, and they're all just like vacuum sealed in so that they don't take up a ton of space. But yeah, Dandy was one of my Space Dandy was actually, and Gurren Lagann are two of my favorite anime. I really like those. Blah. Yeah. And you know what else I didn't realize? I didn't realize how much I missed, like, the VR chat community. And how much I really was not in the VR chat community anymore. Like, I really did not realize, like, I kind of haven't really done anything in a while. The humidity at TwitchCon was way better, actually. So, in California, the humidity was, like, everything felt wet. It was so weird and uncomfortable and gross and hot for the first 2 days. Every day after that, it just became normal really quickly. But the worst part about the humidity in California is as soon as I got back to Utah, Utah has like negative humidity because there is a desert of just salt here. So all of the moisture in the air, gone instantly. It's just all sucked up into the salt. Or it's in the salt dust in the air. It's just gone. And so I came here, immediately I step off my plane, nosebleed. Like, the air burns to breathe. Like, it hurts. And it hurt for, like, the next 2 days to just, like, breathe. It felt like I was sick. Like, the air was just so dry, it just, like, hurt to breathe. And I'm like, why do I live here? I'm used to it now, today. But, like, I actually think that I would feel, like, I'm actually thinking I need to move somewhere more humid, just in general, for like the future. I feel like that, like I was a little uncomfortable with the humidity, but it didn't actually like make me feel like actually hurt or anything. I come to this like dry place, and now it's like, well, bop, you know, punch in the nose basically of how not moist this place is. Moist. I could have said that way better. But, oh well. And the humidity wasn't so bad inside the buildings. Also, apparently California has weird restrictions, and they don't let you put your AC below a certain number. And I think that is ridiculous. Like, my God, everything was so much hotter. Every single building was so much hotter than it is in Utah. Check message. Yo. That's actually super impressive. Nice, Sai. Yeah, my AC can go as low as I want it. Literally as low as I want it. I think the low limit is 0. In California, they put like a hard limit on like 65. Okay, goodbye. Don't click on anything he says. Alright. Anyway. Get off my screen. Go. Shoo. Get out of here. But yeah, the humidity was insane. Like like I said, I really think that after that, I feel like the one of the like healthiest things to do would be to go move somewhere a lot more humid. Just in general, but yeah. Also, it was like cloudy, but it never rained. Like if it gets as cloudy, hi Sai, hello, hi. But oh, fair enough. But yeah, I was saying something. But yeah, AC, it's all weird. Train of thought happen, think, Cell. What were we saying? File has been lost. Please try again later. Would you like to re-download file? Please insert floppy disk number 12 into naval drive. Nope. Do not know what I was talking about anymore. So, blah. But yeah, I had so much fun. Like so much of it really felt like just like I got to meet so many people I had only heard of, like people I'd never really met and stuff. Like O-Girls, like people had been talking about O-Girls around me forever, and then I went and like actually like sat and hung out with O-Girls for a while. And so that was just really nice, and I like to think that we're like friends now, but I guess that all depends on how you define friends. But we know each other now, and that's cool. Oh yeah, I really want to get like all of my cool nerd collection stuff all put up in displays so I can share it. Because I feel like it's impressive, but it's hard to like quantify it, you know? Especially when like, you know what I mean? It doesn't look that impressive when it's just like I feel like I need it like set up and looking nice for me to like show it off. Cause like I've been working on the like my collection of stuff for a long time, so I'd like to hope that it's a pretty impressive thing. It's like that. It's like Thor Ragnarok. Just behold my stuff. My stuff. But yeah. But yeah, next time I really want to, one of my big goals, I really want to know more people so I get invited to more like parties and stuff, and more people are excited to see me, and I know more people at TwitchCon. I really want to be partner next year so that like I can go through like the partner lines and see all the cool partner things. So good. I want to do that. I wish I would have gotten merch or something, or like a TwitchCon, like a Twitch logo plushie thing. I really would have liked that because they had a Twitch logo plushie that I really would have liked. Yeah. Honestly, though, I'm at a point kind of in my life right now where I'm like, I think I need less stuff. Like, I have every single Game Informer magazine from, like, 2004 to, like, 2022. And I'm like, I'm tired of carrying around this big, super heavy box of Game Informer magazines that I've never looked at since they first came out, pretty much. So, I'm kind of, like, maybe it's time to narrow the collection down a bit. You know, it's getting hard to talk now. I guess I have been talking a lot over the last couple days. But yeah, the food in San Diego was so good. That was a big one that I was really like, I'm already missing the food. Although, there's some things I actually missed here that I wish I could take my friends to. Instead. Boink. I'm gonna sit again. But, oh, that's crooked. Alright. Alright, but yeah, I don't exactly have, like, a ton of space right now. And it's less that I have no space, though, really. And, because I have plenty of space. My bigger issue is that I don't have, is that I move too much. Like, I'm personally not, like, I still don't have, like, a house or anywhere that or even, like, an area where I feel like, yeah, I want to be here forever. Or something like that, even. So, I kind of just, like, I don't really unpack ever all the way. I kind of just, like, live out of boxes, minus, like, a couple categories. And it's kind of sad, actually. I'm kind of tired of living like that. I kind of want to, like, even if I'm going to be moving, I kind of want to have, like, a home a little bit. You know? I'm on a quest to try to find a better background, because I feel like I've been using the same one for too long. I'm actually, like, really excited, because we're actually really close to having all of the stuff up for, the index and the full body tracking, because if that doesn't get donated all the way, I might try to figure out a way to throw money to get those the rest of the way or something. But I want to be able, like, I'm really excited for that too, because then I can, like, lay down and stuff in VR. I don't know, I'm just kind of talking now. But yeah, I've been really excited to get back into VR now. Actually, I didn't even look to see if I had any friends on. Anyway, you know what, let's go to a different world, I think. Well, first and foremost, I want to check on this music. Is this still the same music? It isn't. Alright, alright, cool. There we go. Let's find somewhere else. Let's go... You know, let's walk around somewhere. Alright. But yeah, I'm really excited to get back into things. I really want to, I want to get a bunch of stuff done. Like I said, we might have the merch happening. We have the new models coming. I have my deal with Microsoft that I can redeem pretty much whenever. Like I said, I'm really just excited for content creation. I really want to buckle down and give it like all my all.
Hello there.
Oh, hello there. There we go. That's how VR VR chat views the loading screens for OBS for some reason for me. Uh-oh. I might need to turn some of this stuff off. Uh-oh. All right, hold on. Disable rain. This might have been a bad world choice. Hold on. Let's, Alright, that world is too intense to be in and stream at the same time. So we are gonna go to a different world. But yeah, Darth, you missed it. We have been talking about how, I've been in Twitchcon all weekend, so, I was telling everybody about everything that happened. I got to meet so many cool people, and, I went to, like, a big VR chat party, and, I hung out with a bunch of really cool people. I hung out with Syl, yeah, like, I already kind of miss being there. It was so nice. So cool. Yeah, kinda, actually. We'll just hang out here. Or, let's go. Close your eyes, or at the... Oh, there we go. Alright, so, yeah, me too. I never went into either of the, like, fighting pit arena things, so... Wow, this world's really pretty now. But yeah, I never went into the fighting pits or anything, although, you know what, I really wanted to, do the, Wendy's one where you fight with giant French toast sticks. I don't know why we had 2 of those at one single event. That seemed weird. Like, what's the point of having 2... what's the real point of having 2 foam fight pits where you stand on, like, little pillars and try to fight people? That seems so weird that you would have 2 of them. You know what? No, I liked having the hammock in it. There we go. You know, a lot of people got hurt in that, and I feel so bad for them. But really, you know what? I did really miss you guys. I missed streaming. Like, as much as I would love to, like, just live TwitchCon, basically, I feel like I would need to be able to also stream or something, because I really did miss you guys. I missed being here. Wow, that's funkadelic. I like that. But yeah, I have, and I'm like, I feel really like reinvigorated and like excited for a bunch of ideas I have. The worst part is that I almost met so many people, and I want to try to get my, I know, right? This is Cell's homeworld. This is Dreamwaves. It used to just be like a really nice apartment with like a waterbed, which I've always wanted to sleep on a waterbed, but we're gonna work on that dream later. But they've since upgraded it into being this like beach house thing, like built into the caves, into like a cave wall, and it's like really pretty. I really like it. But yeah, I really think that it really makes me feel like I could be doing better, like the whole thing, and like I should do better, because like I got there. I got to a point where I felt good enough going to Twitchcon, and I actually had people who knew me there. Like, it wasn't me, like, that actually might have been one of my best experiences at a con, period. Because usually I go to a con and then I end up, like, kind of bored or lonely a little bit, and I, like, run out of stuff to do. But, like, with TwitchCon, I just found somebody else I knew, and then, like, I hung out with a friend. And, like, you know, or somebody who I wanted to be friends with, and then, like, you know, it was nice. And, you know, I really want to have, like, enough, like, friends that I can, like, do all the cool stuff that I heard some of my other friends were doing all the time. Like, I want to get invited to, like, karaoke and, like, have a big karaoke party and, you know, stuff like that. Like, I heard a bunch of cool stuff like that, and I was like, man, you know, I want to do stuff like that. And, like, you know, I want to know people, and I want it to be, like, all, you know, I really think I can do it. I really just need to work hard on it. And, you know, I'm really excited about the future. And I kind of haven't been that way in a while. So, you know, it's nice. I'm really glad I went. Yeah. But, I guess, since Darth, you have, you missed a lot of it. I guess highlights. I met Snuffy, Emerichu, or I almost met Emerichu. I met the Completionist, I met, Sil met XQC, and I stood there and watched her meet XQC. I didn't know who XQC was. I didn't really care, honestly. I never watched him. No offense to XQC. I'm sure he's a cool guy. I'm not familiar with him that really. I met Code Miko. I went out and I went to get Japanese barbecue with Lumichu and O-Girls and Rune and Beta Dash and Sil and Viper, and that was really fun. And Luton. I shouldn't have not include Luton. I got to meet a lot of cool people at the VR chat meetup. Me and Sil ended up missing the VTuber meetup, where we could have met a lot of VTubers, but you know, that's next time. We'll do that next time. I might have gotten some really cool stuff for streams to make streams better. And, yeah. I already miss everybody. Like, I miss streaming, but I also already am missing, like, all my friends and, like, all the people I met and the ability to, like, go meet all these people that I, like, sat and heard about a lot. So it's I don't know. It was nice. It was a vibe. And honestly, I really want to do it again next year. I have to do it next year. Honestly, like I think I'm gonna try to do it basically from now on for the rest of streaming. Like the rest of me streaming. I think I just want to plan on being there every year. Or doing something like it. You know what, who knows? Maybe I'll be able to get like one of those VTuber booths like VShojo and stuff them have, and be able to do like meet and greets as Cell, and I can announce it more, and people can be all like, hi, and you know, and I can be like, hi, and it'll be all like, blah, and it'll be great. So, yeah. And who knows, maybe even I can like start going to like cons everywhere, so I not like just like not just the big like Twitchcon one. I can go to like all of the other I can go to like a bunch of other ones, like I don't know, like local anime cons or something. That'd be cool. I only do not know how I would organize that at all, but it'd be cool. Yeah. It was really cool to meet everybody. Like, everybody is so nice and pretty. It also really makes me want to, like... It really makes me want to get, like, work on myself a little bit more, too. Like, just in general. Like, I really want to do, like, more exercise and get a little bit more, like, physically fit and, you know, try to be a little bit, like, prettier and stuff for next time. Because that was the thing, also, like, my hair was constantly getting messed up because between the humidity and, like, running around everywhere. So, like, maybe figure something out with that out, and, you know, stuff like that. Honestly, I feel like I'm kind of running out of stuff to talk about a little bit. So I think I might start wrapping it up. But it is really good to be back, everybody. Tomorrow we should be... I meant for this stream to be yesterday. I kind of let the day get away from me. But, you know, jet lag and all that, I guess, probably. If maybe that's what jet lag is that, like, your clock is just, like, a little bit messed up and you lose track of time really easy afterwards. And a little bit of the post-con blues, I guess. Where I was just like, yeah, I guess back to real life, huh? But yeah, yeah. But tomorrow we should be back to Dead Space. I really think that I can beat that in like a day or two. And then I guess we'll do either... And then we'll either do Dead Space... Well, then we might do... Then I think we'll either start Yakuza and or Cyberpunk. Or we'll do Dead Space 2. Or maybe we'll do another horror game. I'll have to do a poll. Another poll. When we beat Dead Space, of course. But, yeah. But yeah, I was really enjoying that. I guess to talk about people a little bit. Like, obviously, well, I'm gonna keep it to levels that I think people would be comfortable with. Syl is you know what? Actually, everyone is exactly the same as they are on stream. Like, you know, everyone always acts like a lot of people are like completely different off stream, but like Syl, Lumi, O-Girls, pretty much everybody I met was exactly like they are on stream. And it was nice. Like, it was, and you know what? That actually is really cool to me, because like, you know, it wouldn't be hard for them to make it like, to be like an act for like their shows respectively, or, you know, whatever. But, you know, it's genuine. Everyone's real. And it's good to know everybody's real. So, Grr, why do you keep thinking I'm trying to remove tabs? Bad. I didn't even click the X. Come on. Alright, hold on. Alright, I think I might just, But yeah, but like I said, we have a bunch of stuff coming up. I'm really excited for it, and I can't wait to show you everything. I think I might just raid us all over to probably Syl, actually. And, yeah. And I'm just gonna say thank you all so much. Hold on, let me get the raid going, and then I'll, all right. Thank you guys all so much for coming. If you haven't followed, please do. It really means a lot. Yeah, I'm getting tired, and I'm kind of running out of stuff to say. Normally I would try to go for another 30 minutes or so at least, because I usually aim for like a minimum of 3 hours. But we'll be back tomorrow. I've kind of been running around all day trying to get some real life stuff taken care of for now that I'm back. But you know the drill. Twitter, Discord. Wow, hold on. Okay, you know what? Never mind. I'm just gonna, before I embarrass myself further by trying to type with a headset on, I'm just gonna say, they're in the doobly-doo. They're down below. You guys can find them if you were interested. They're like here-ish below. Blah. I hope you guys all had a cell of a time, and I love you all. I hope you have a great night. Bye, everybody.